Hello everybody, we are getting started, running a little behind schedule. We are currently looking forward to Tangerine versus Cavern Angels Jade. Should be a good matchup today, and we'll be on the Nadiri Bonkyards and Sasubo here in week 5. So let's see if I can figure out how to make this thing work. Welcome aboard, everyone. Please let me know if the stream is broken. I see Lucid mentioning that it is working. That is a good sign. All right, let's get this show on the road here. I'm going to say we are ready for the game. And I'm going to try and get us correctly set up here. Should be a good matchup here in Division B. I think I casted a Cavern Angels Jade Tangerine game last season. So we return. All right, oh, not create a match. We're joining a match. I didn't see the notification until like 15 minutes ago, so we are just a little bit. And the game is up on Raven. Okay, let's see if I can achieve minimal competency and not say the password to the chat. Minimal stream competency, that's what we're going for here. And let me see if I can transition in here. Do I have this correct? Oh, it looks like it. It's showing up on my stream thing, and yeah. Why does it say my stream bitrate is too high? That's weird. That has literally never happened before. I mean, I guess it's like 4.23 kbps too high. What in the fungus? I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to Twitch, in case that's not clear, but if it's working and you can see it and it's smooth and we are ready to go, I believe Caster is ready. And we even have the teams correct. Tangerine will be on Empire here to start on Nadiri Dockyards, and Cavern Angels Jade will be for NR. And it looks like Raven will be stepping in to give Tangerine Squadron a little extra support there. There is Raven. We see the emote game. That was very disappointing in my previous stream yesterday. Not enough players were doing emotes, and it was terrible. But Raven is like carrying it here for Tangerine Squadron. Let's see what we have for Cavern Angels Jade. All right, Lucid doing some collabs. We got it. We got some Cantina band going on. We appreciate that. Well done. Well done indeed. And yeah, should be a good game. I haven't checked the stats today for what the current standings are, but these teams, I believe last season they were kind of on the bubble as to whether or not they were going to make it into the playoffs. And so obviously this game will have some impact into that. You take a look at the standings. I'm not streamer enough to be able to show you what the standings are, but Tangerine Squadron currently in 4th place, 3-3-2 with 8 points. Cavern Angels Jade looking for their first win, though they've only played 2 games so far, so nowhere to go but up for Cavern Angels Jade as we get into it here. Welcome to Nadiri. famous for its terrible farm and plenty of obstructions to mess you up as a pilot. And here we go, coming out of the MC-75 we have, it looks like a 221 with Lucid on bomber here, alongside Ash and Trame and Tom Cocello on, actually Trame and Blackheart on flex. Meanwhile, we have Raven in the support for Tangerine Squadron. And it's a 2-2-1 look with TK and Darkblade Bombers, Lumen and Decoy on flex. And we see TK here heading up for that pack that goes right around the pillar. And they get it with Ash falling to some PK pressure apparently. We have Empire with the first attack. Lumen coming in with an ion laser TIE Defender. And check out those orbits, bringing the shields down with lasers. That's one way to do it. And it's very efficient, particularly if you're using TIE Defenders and don't have the option of an ion torpedo. Raven may be under some pressure here. Darkblade and possibly others. Raven just trying to keep alive, but the pancake does go down. Shields are down, just a little bit behind schedule maybe, but otherwise pretty good attack. However, now the hull ships in particular need to be careful here. Looks like Trame may be looking to get a pick on Darkblade along with Tom Cocello. Decoy Tango goes down, and this offense for Tangerine Squadron stalling a little bit without resupplies. It's really hard to get anything done. Lumen has just decided, you know what, I'm just going to try and take down both shields because the offense is collapsing for Tangerine Squadron. Good defensive PK effort by Cavern Angel's Jade here. And let's see, Blackheart was shooting at something. Oh, maybe just trying to pick an AI or two. And it looks like we have Cavern Angel's Jade looking at the Raider, though, taking some fire now. Lumen's done with the shields, and so is free to PK, and I suspect that was probably a Lumen kill with some missiles. And now Lumen after Trame. Yeah, with all of the shields down on the frigates, Lumen is now free to just do some space murder, and they were doing it. So, Cavern Angel's Jade, while down 2 flexes at the start, still has both of their bombers up. Then they will get to work on managing the morale. Or actually, sorry, yeah, I am backwards. Tangerine will get to work on managing the morale, as with the flexes down, it is going to be a bit of a... Oops, and I somehow have messed up the look. There we go. Pro streamer moves here, folks. Pro streamer moves, nothing but the best. Okay, yeah, it's because I moved my mouse at the wrong time. Let's fix that. Alright, we have... Sorry, not super prepared for today. We'll try and keep you with the action as I fix whatever's going on with my camera. Looks like maybe some drift or something. Alright, I'll try not to bump it. Do my best here. In any event, we have Trame on PK here, going after a flex, but Cavern Angel's Jade, their offense is also starting to collapse a little bit. They did get a little bit of damage in on Charlie. Trame has Lumen all over them.
That's no good.
Dunked. And with that, those ion lasers are particularly deadly on a place like Nadiri where you have so much terrain to crash into here. We have Ash going into the hangar. Yeah, just sort of trying to get recombobulated here is Cavern Angel's Jade as they go on defense. Pretty much a trade, though. While neither of those first 2 offenses did a whole ton. And so now It's up to Tangerine to continue to take advantage of the fact that they won the flip with their second offense here. Tangerine's Lumen all over Lucid, trying to bottle up this farm. Quick lock spam and ion lasers, very annoying combination for those Y-Wing pilots to try to have to deal with here. Lucid doing a good job of staying up, but always the question is, can you still get your job done despite the pressure? Lucid gets dunked here, but now Lumen is out of ordnance, and TK goes down. TK down for Tangerine here, and yeah, it's a rough choice, but now at least Lumen is going to be free to get a resupply if Raven can get to them. But right now, Lumen themselves gets dunked. Bonking into terrain. Oh no, the pinball on Nadiri. Lumen surviving on a prayer, and the prayer turned out not to be enough. Lumen going down. So now, full team, and with some of that PK pressure gone, Cavern Angel Jade's main priority here is to try to deny the dupe. There's already one out of phase. If you can flip it quickly, you might be able to deny a dupe from Tangerine Squadron. Darkblade says, no, I will not be denied. Let's get these rotaries in on this orbit. Nice orbit here by Darkblade, though Darkblade is getting a little low. Raven's still not back yet, still recovering. And it's going to be a while to traverse this long field to give Darkblade some more ordnance and some more health. But both hull ships for Tangerine a bit low late in this offense, but it doesn't matter. It looks like they probably have secured the dupe. Though with one bomber down, this defense is going to be hard for Tangerine Squadron. But as long as they can get the dupe, get the Corvette quickly, a dupe is very powerful on this map because of how hard morale is to come by. Tom Cocello here gets marks in on the cruiser. So Cavern Angels Jade has a lot of work to do if they're going to try to get something done. Probably just getting Charlie out of phaseable, given the morale disadvantage, is going to be like probably, you would call that if you're a win if you're Cavern Angels Jade here at this point. Oof, and Lumen goes down, so there's Tangerine's PK pressure off the board. Raven is down too. Both TIE defenders down. Trame just cutting through here. However, both bombers are still up for Tangerine Squadron, so they are able still to get some farm in if they can do it. Darkblade wisely turning and forcing Trame to go evasive, but it wasn't enough. It got caught by the rotary. Go Bird. Blackheart trying to avenge that. Darkblade in some trouble, but looks like they might be trying to resupply. Raven does get the resupply to them. Nice work by the support pilot. Raven, though, she has to go in for some repairs and get a new ship. Wise to do so, not waste the morale. Now, there's a bit of an even burn problem going on here. Both frigates are about at half. So Cavern Angels Jade, morale management kind of didn't work. I guess probably they went in on the weak side and the Raider sort of half evenly burned the other one. I sort of missed the call on that because I was trying to fix the viewport. But here we have, so Lucid is going to be coming back for a defense. Let's see what Tangerine can do on this attack. Marks are in. Lumen with, looks like they're missing, they don't have any ion missiles, but they do have those lasers, remember. And Lumen gets caught on the attack, does not get the disable. Let's see what Decoy Tango is doing. Darkblade got dunked just as we transitioned away. Decoy Tango, while they do have ion missiles, just trying to get some damage in on that gen. So good job by CAJ stuffing this attack. It doesn't seem to be, yeah, marks have been lost, so they've lost the opportunity for the double disable. And the tractor beam somehow blows away Decoy Tango, and we just have Raven kind of sitting back here, not wanting to get any piece of that attack. We're just gonna have to... Basically, it looks like Cavern Angels forces Tangerine Squadron to come away with basically nothing except some damage to a shield generator. And with the Raider going down and a pack on the flip, all of a sudden Cavern Angels Jade has a chance to make a play here. Let's see what they can come up with. Looks like Tangerine Squadron did get a chance to set up after that failed attack. It's probably the right call not to go in and try to do too much. Instead, make sure you have a good defense, because with these two cruisers to roll through, it's very possible that Cavern Angels Jade could get a good strike on the Star Destroyer if they manage this well. They could either get a good strike on the Star Destroyer or get a dupe to try to shorten and force maybe a second or third attempt on the MC. We'll see what happens here. It's going to really depend on a lot. Raven did go down again. The PK pressure from Trame and Blackheart just making it impossible for that pancake to stay up. TK probably wishing this TIE Bomber turned faster, trying to rotary those little X-Wings as they fly around in their weird patterns on this map. I hear ya. Lumen keeping an eye out on the flexes, and I am not actually sure if they managed to get, looks like one oop definitely. Ash looking at the second. But bonking, it is a high oop. Ash trying to finish this with plas bursts. But let's take a look. So this is a hard choice because you're trying to take that high oop. You don't have as many personnel defending, and as a result, they do kill the shields on the MC-75. One destroyed, one up. Morale is coming in. But with both TIE Bombers still up and with pretty good, decent health, you gotta figure this MC-75 is going down fast. Decoy Tango does go down. The hull ships are low, and Raven is still trying to get back in. TK's gotta stay alive here, and it looks like, barring a sort of Hail Mary, it looks like they will force Tangerine to go back on defense. I'm not sure what the MC is at. The MC may be just slightly out of reach. But it looks like they might be going, no, they're not. They're going for PK defense here. Basically, Cavern Angels Jade has to win at this phase. They will not survive a defense. But with 3 players down on the attack, it looks like Cavern Angels' attack may be collapsing a bit here. Blackheart does manage to get power down, but with the shield still up. Ash returning. Morale is fading fast. Blackheart getting dunked from behind. I recognize those ion lasers. That's Lumen preventing the shields from going down and possibly taking the heart out of Cavern Angels Jade's attack here. Oh my goodness. Blackheart. Oh. Does the surfing on top of the pizza slice there, and Lumen just a leading Blackheart And that should be GG's, barring divine intervention here. Cavern Angels Jade is going to try to do anything they can to keep these players off the MC. But with morale so hard to come by, you gotta figure that this is it. Shields do come up very briefly on the MC, but with all of these weak points, this is good game. We're watching Darkblade here just burnt the pickle down, and that is it. Tangerine Squadron defeating Cavern Angels Jade here. GG's to both teams. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Well, we had a quick drop. I'm not sure if that was during the game or right after the end. But the scoreboard that we can see, Lumen, once those shields were down on those frigates, transitioned to PK and did it in style. 9 kills, 3 deaths, and still 12,000 cap ship damage despite they were running ion lasers most of the time. Raven had a hard time staying out of the hangar, but despite the 10 deaths, still managed. Empire still managed to win here, and Tangerine takes game 1. Get over to my streaming profile, update our score here. Well played from both teams here. I am saying that right, yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, and we're going to flip over because factions will flip, and we will also change who is hosting as I understand it. That is the usual way of it. So let's see if I can get the game information from the game channel. Yeah, hard-fought match. I feel like Cavern Angels Jade's spectacular first flag defense really gave them a chance in that game when it looked like Tangerine might just roll them. But yeah, so now Jade is going to have to regroup and see what they can do when the factions flip. Tangerine this time will be on New Republic. All right, and we have the game information, and once again, I will do the bare minimum streamer competence here and get the password in without saying it on stream. Yeah, Lucis says, fun game if you enjoy Lumen giving you all the pain. Yeah, that was, yeah, Lumen very smoothly rotated off and just started disabling everyone. And like Nadiri sort of gets an assist on all of those kills, pretty much. Because, you know, the ion lasers don't do a whole lot of damage. But if you dunk at the right time, and suddenly you're running into an antenna or an asteroid or some piece of the station structure, it's rough. No doubts about it. I'm gonna shift my controls to try to add a little bit of dead zone, just in case, like, I slightly bump the stick. Because I've been doing that a lot in the first game, so apologies to those who are watching. That I had part of the game there with the off-center view. Yeah, well, now we're just waiting for start. I will go ahead and mention that the caster is ready. Yeah, Lumen is deadly in that thing. There's no question about it, Kronos, and even some people in the game chat, friendly chat in the SCL game channel. But it looks like we do have a substitute. Somebody is coming in who I don't believe we had last game. We have Senor Machete coming in. And will be on Cavern Angels Jade this game. So, the game is now started. We're getting ready for game 2, checking out folks inside the ready rooms. For Tangerine, it looks like, I believe it's the same lineup. Lumen, Darkblade, TK9274, Decoy Tango, and Raven. Whereas we have for Nadiri Dockyards and Cavern Angels Jade, Trame, Lucid, Tom Coachello, Blackheart, and Senior Machete is in new. With a little hands on the hips there. Checking us out here on the stream. Lucid getting some emotes in here. We like to see it. Blackheart with the emotes. Well done. Let's see if we've got any action here on NR for Tangerine. Raven carrying the emote game, but got a little bit from Decoy Tango there right at the end. Well done. Okay, all right. Both these teams stepping up, showing that they have what it takes in the SCL with their emote game. All right. Folks, the hamsters are spinning up once more. Nadiri Dockyards, game 2 for Tangerine versus Cavern Angels Jade. Here we go. The MC-75 drops out of hyperspace, and we have the 5 for Tangerine Squadron, and they have a 2-2-1, 2 X's, 2 Y's, and Raven in that U-Wing. Meanwhile, for Empire, we have another 2-2-1, 2 TIE defenders with Trame and Blackheart on flex, Lucid and Senior Machete taking up the bomber role with Tom Coachello in the support. Tom Coachello following very closely behind Trame and just like bonks into them. Get out of the way, support coming through. Decoy Tango, however, despite whatever was going on there, we pretty much had an insta-flip, and it's Tangerine with the first attack. Decoy Tango now looking to head left and attacking the shields of the light cruiser. Let's see how this run goes. Ion missile goes in and is beginning to bring the lasers. Lumen, meanwhile, a little bit far off, may have been stuck on some PK. Not really looking at the frigates right now. Instead, going after that pancake with a conch missile. You like to see it. Very PK focused. But offers up one ion missile to help take down the shields on Charlie. A little slow on the shields coming down. But given the morale is moving slowly too, it's pretty even. Darkblade doing some evasion from Blackheart here. Looks like Blackheart, however, I'm not sure what happened to them. Maybe a bonk of some sort? Yeah, I think Cavern Angels Jade has decided to go really PK heavy in this game. We're not seeing folks but I'm not really sure. Not really sure what's happening here. Maybe my game sense is not going too well, but let's take a look at Lumen. Lumen is starting to bring some damage in. The Raider is still up. This could be actually a decision, until Cavern Angels J decides they want to burn the Raider. They probably don't want Charlie to go through. However, the Raider did just go down. We did see that plus 20 across the top of the morale bar, so that's an indication that the Raider is down. So if you want to get that oop, now would be the time. But it looks like instead they're kind of doing this even burning thing that we saw before in the last game. Lumen getting wrecked to end the phase, and the fallback alarm happens for Tangerine Squadron, and it is now the turn of Cavern Angels Jade to go on their first attack of the game. Blackheart got in one ion missile and bringing in those TIE Defender burst lasers to start help taking this thing down. Tom Cocello did get in on marks, helping out a little bit with the shields and also trying to stay evasive. Keeping your support up, very important. Particularly in the Pancake, as it is known to be one of the more vulnerable ones. Hands out a resupply to Lucid. Lucid, under severe pressure, Senior Machete already went down. Lucid just trying to hang on for a few extra seconds, but just can't do it. And they fall to that PK pressure. Meanwhile, a little bit of agriculture going on here. Darkblade trying to chase the elusive AI of Nadiri. You know what? Raiders give morale too. Maybe it's time to get some of that, Darkblade says, as their team starts taking down that Raider, flips the phase, and yeah, pretty good defense for Tangerine Squadron. And Darkblade happens to be in a good position, so just goes to park. As Lucid starts farming, and Decoy Tango starts up with the attack on this cruiser. So we got a pretty even... Ooh! A bad bonk there. Not sure with what. Was that a U-Wing wing I saw? Well, either way, Decoy Tango gets the resupply and is able to come back in and start doing damage. It looks like they're, from the attack perspective, the right side cruiser Delta here is the strong side and has the Raider working on it. Raven did go down, so no resupplies here for Tangerine. The Cavern Angels Jade doing a good job boxing out Tangerine's support. Just haven't quite been able to capitalize on it yet. TK just staying slippery. Blackheart's like, gosh, we just need the kills. Let's finish us out with kills. Deny the dupe. You could flip this with a Raider burn, but I guess it looks like the call might be to not burn the Raider and deny a dupe here. That's probably based on their experience from the last game, but the Raider does go down anyway, and they didn't prevent the dupe. Oh, I think that's just bad luck. Sometimes, you know, you make that call and the numbers look right, but it just doesn't work out for them. And now Cavern Angels Jade is in a very familiar hole. This is what Tangerine Squadron did to them last game, is put them in that dupe hole. And now Cavern Angels Jade has a lot of work to do. Tom Cocello staying in. Blackheart trying to get burst lasers into that hull of the frigate there, as they need some sort of advantage in this morale race. Lucid coming in. Senior Machete went down, so one of their TIE bombers, that's a lot of damage off the field. They need to hurry if they want to try to get one oop and maybe try to shorten the flag attack that's upcoming for Tangerine. Tangerine will be prepping now for that Star Destroyer attack. I want to see your flux go down under that circumstance. Decoy Tango backing off a little bit, letting shields recover. Trying to park, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. I think they may be going for the out of phase here. They do manage to park, despite Trame in there working on the out of phase. They do get the out of phase. And it looks like Decoy is the only flex right now as we go into the Star Destroyer attack. A little bit confusing. So 3 Ys. I guess they decided we're just going to go for destroy and not really concern ourselves with a double disable. That is a choice you can make, especially since they're so far ahead. Just being really super focused on getting at least one shield generator down, that is the conservative play. Darkblade deciding that they are, yeah, just going evasive here from Blackheart. And not a bad call, particularly if you're not sure if Raven is going to be able to get in. Raven did get in, however, and get the marks out. She's trying to get under there and disable that last shield gen. Do they get it? Shields are down on the Star Destroyer. Ordinarily, a 2-flex attack is meta, but you can do it with this combo, and Tangerine is proving it. Shields are down. Raven's decided, screw it, I'm going to sell out for power, and does so. Raven, TK, both down, but honestly, a pretty good first flag attack. And this is forcing Cavern Angel's Jade into a terrible position. Cavern Angel's Jade basically has to win here. They have to get the MC75 out of phaseable on this attack because they will not survive another defense. Tom Coachello goes down, Trame goes down, Lucid in trouble. This is not what you want to start your attack. Oof. Particularly coming out of a massive hole. Lucid looks like they did manage to escape a little bit. Hanging way back, trying not to add to the morale problem. Because they really, really need to extend this phase as much as possible. Make no mistakes. Raven supporting teammates here. Gets dunked. Blackheart trying to bring the damage. I think they know they have to roll through here. Oh! Ugh, that's what you don't want to see. Nadiri claims another victim. Blackheart going down. Ooh, ooh. Lucid surfing the... Oh! Oh no, I was just about to compliment Lucid on missing an antenna, and that was the caster's curse right there. Oh, you hate to see it. Trame in trouble. The MC75 assault is proceeding. Senior Machete manages to get in there, but is dunked and goes down. Tom Coachello, the only one in, under tremendous pressure. Just trying to stay alive, hoping that teammates can make it back. And Lucid's like, you know what? Nope, that's over. Let's look for some AI. And somehow, the only chance for Cavern Angel's Jade is to somehow stop this attack with both shield generators on the Star Destroyer destroyed. There's no shields. Everything is exposed. And yeah, all they have to do now, all Tangerine has to do now is execute. And even if they do make some mistakes, it would take a miracle for Cavern Angel's Jade to pull this back. Decoy Tango doing a little farm suppression on the way in. I guess Tangerine is kind of taking their time a little bit on this attack. It's a little surprising, but it's working out for them. You got TK over here methodically clearing the turrets. Good move. You got using all that ordnance to make sure that an out-of-phase attempt, should it be necessary, works, but this is looking like an in-phase kill here, folks. Darkblade does go down. We've got weak points on the bottom that players are now starting to grab. This should be GG's. Barring a miracle. The Raider goes down, and they don't manage the flip in time. The Star Destroyer detonates, and Tangerine Squadron pulls out ahead for the second game against Cavern Angel's Jade. Yeah, good game. And I feel like this time you could see Cavern Angels Jade working it. Like, oh no, we have to prevent the dupe. But Tangerine Squadron just had the damage in the right place at the right time and managed to pull it off. 8 kills, 3 deaths for both lead PKs on this Lumen and Blackheart. You had pretty balanced. Like if you look at these stats, you wouldn't be able to tell just from the stats who won. The only clue being that Senior Machete had to farm out 41 AI because they were on defense a lot. But yeah, good game, well played by both teams. And let me update our score here to reflect Tangerine's victory here in game 2. And we're going to be changing maps now. So one bugaboo and thing that particularly in game 1, but also in game 2, both teams bonking and dying a lot. So the RNG of bonking and dying will be a little bit less of an impact here on Sasubo. Not to say that you can't bonk on Sasubo. I've done it myself many times, sadly enough. But yeah, it's a it's gonna be a thing. So we're flipping now. So Cavern Angels. Oh, whoops. Am I? Who is who here? I guess it will be Tangerine on New Republic. Okay. Let's get that going. Make sure I've got all of my caster stuff set up. Yeah, Maze Jade has good enough players to win games. Just need to play more organized. Yeah. I think there's something to be said for that. Yeah, just if I feel like their game 2 was a bit tighter. You could see, like I said, you could see them thinking and adjusting in game 2. It just didn't quite pay off for them. Tangerine still managed to hit their marks, and yeah, TSQ's PK did slow down their flag attack just a little bit. So Jade almost was able to take advantage, but not quite. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of PK. Yeah, Lumen's going to Lumen fame. You've got that right. There's going to be PK in these both teams doing a lot of it in games 1 and 2. All right, let me make sure I mention that we are ready in the chat. And there we go. We are underway, folks. And there is much Squadrons yet to be played. We've got 2 more games here on Sasubo. Better farm map, less bonky. Not much in the way of emote game here for these teams. Probably a lot to talk about for both teams after that. I kind of feel like both teams made some mistakes in particularly in game 2. Tangerine did come out ahead, but both teams will have things to work on and polish up. So yeah, they're going to be coming out of that and ready for more. A little bit of emotes. Saw 1 or 2 here. See if we catch anything at the end for the other team. Nope, we do not, sadly. So teams are locking in, getting down to business here for game 3. As the hamster wheels spin up on EA's ancient Star Wars Squadrons servers, we have once more the MC-75 coming out of hyperspace. And let's see what Tangerine is bringing. Looks like a 3Y lineup. Did I see that correctly? Yes, I did. 3 Ys, TK, Darkblade, and Lumen. Let's see what kind of loadouts we have here. Full farm, and ICT from Lumen. Well, that's not surprising. So, better watch out, shield ships on Empire. You're going to have a bad day if you get under that ICT guns. Let's take a look at Senior Machete doing some agriculture over here, looking for their first pack. Kind of perhaps warily waiting to fire those missiles until the right moment. But that weight might have cost them as Ash went down, and they didn't have enough morale, and Cavern Angel's Jade loses the flip, and it's Tangerine winning the flip again on game 3. Decoy Tango coming in. Primary ion source now for Tangerine Squadron. Raven in trouble. Raven goes down for Tangerine on the attack. So, oh, and we are off center again. Goodness. So sorry about that. I guess I keep bumping the mouse. In any event, Decoy Tango getting the ion missiles in. And yeah, this is a rough one. Got the shields down, a little slow, but that's to be expected when you only have like one full flex in. Lumen looks like they're deciding whether or not they stick with the Y. Looks like they will when they return to the field. Morale starting to run a bit low. Again, this is like very typical of Tangerine. Their first attack is a little slow, and then all of a sudden they catch you on the second attack. But Cavern Angel's Jade doing a good job on defense here. Train floating around. Looking at Darkblade. Darkblade a little vulnerable here. All the lasers converging on Darkblade, and Darkblade goes down. That is the flip. And Train, Concello, and the rest of Cavern Angels are looking at the attack. Let's see which cruiser they pick. Looks like they're going right. Marks are in, so they are bringing ions and all the lasers and all the things. Morale a little slow to come in for Tangerine. Looks like they may have been caught off guard, and having Darkblade go down at that crucial moment certainly didn't help. Shields go down. Solid beginning of an attack here for Cavern Angel's Jade. Let's see if they can keep it up. But Senior Machete goes down. That's a lot of damage off the field for Cavern Angel's Jade. And Ash is in a little bit of trouble here. Kind of floating around, hoping a Tom Coachella sees. Lumen went down earlier. Did not see that happen. Decoy Tango looking at the Raider for Tangerine. Trying to help get some morale in. TK farming, Darkblade farming. Everybody very focused on morale here for Tangerine, trying to get this flip in quickly. Meanwhile, after initial success on this attack, Cavern Angel's Jade's offense has stalled a little bit. The Raider has gone down, and it looks like a possible oop. What looked like a possible oop earlier is been denied. And Cavern Angel's Jade is going to have to go back, only getting one cruiser down to half.
Protect our cruisers.
Senior Machete starting to look at some AI as Lumen and the rest of Tangerine go onto the attack, and Raven goes down. Raven down again. Of course, not always what you want to see at the beginning of the attack, but for NR, because they have shields, it's less vital. It's sort of less disruptive than it is on Empire when that happens. Tom Coachella is down for Tangerine Squadron. So yeah, this is gonna be crucial. Can they manage this and do what they did before and get that dupe? I know Cavern Angel's Jade really, really wants to stop it this time, because I think that's been the key to Tangerine's victories. Both times they won, and Tangerine's Lumen is in trouble and gets deleted. Whoa. Morale beginning to fade here. If they can get this and another pack quickly, they could definitely deny the dupe and be in a pretty decent position for their next attack. But this morale needs to come in like now, as Alpha is already starting to drop. The Raider goes down. They get some AI, and Cavern Angel's Jade does deny the dupe. Only one oop for Tangerine here, as they're taking a look at that, and that is That is good news if you're a Cavern Angels Jade fan. This is the first game they've denied that dupe on the second attack. So now you have an opportunity. Got to make something happen here, and Trame is doing their best. Nice orbits around there, but got hit by something. Is that an AI? Or was that just Caster's Curse and they clipped the rear of the frigate when I was complimenting them? Either way, not good. Senior Machete, oh, come on, gotta hit those big ships. Yeah, there you go. Bringing in all the ordnance. I think everybody's a little excited that they had a free attack there. Morale is coming in quickly. Ash needs to get in there and apply that damage, but being forced to resupply back, I guess Tom Coachella just not in position to give them a hand here. Raider coming down. This attack is fading fast. They might be in position to deny the dupe, to deny an oop if they're not careful. And this is a hard decision. It's probably possible to oop this, but I almost would rather just fall back and just have a good defense. Especially considering how effective Cavern Angels Jade has been on PK. I mean, it's not to say, Lumen gets a lot of the press, but it's not like Trame and Blackheart haven't been doing their part. Looks like they did decide to out-of-phase it. Might have been a little lower than I thought it was. So morale's coming in. You got to figure they're thinking prep Raider and get ready for flag defense because this is probably going to burn through. Trame on Raven, trying to get a pick here. Help out that morale and maybe prevent Marks from going in on a flag attack. Raven in serious trouble. And the PKs take them, but Blackheart went down in the process. And they're about to lose a farmer. Ash goes down. Oh, so much death, I can't keep track. And despite all of that, it looks like Tangerine might actually have the most players up and ready for an assault on the Star Destroyer. Raven will be there late, but you gotta figure, the usual call here for most teams is just destroy something and get out. On a short attack here, just try and get down one of the shield generators and get out. And Lumen is in there doing just that, under the shields. Ooh, I can feel my own head as I'm flying around is tilting, pointing at that shield gen, feeling Lumen's will to put some damage in. Taking a look at TK is completely out of ordnance. Has nothing but lasers to try and get some damage in. Are they focusing a shield gen here? Are they doing it even? What's the plan here? Looks like they are trying to destroy right. They do get it. The shields come down. That's about as much as you can do on that in a situation like that. That was good play by Tangerine. I know maybe to like some of the Ultra Sweats it might have looked a little messy, but this has just been a messy game. So much PK, so many bogs. You take what you can get, and if you're Tangerine, you're pretty happy with where you are here, because you'll win next phase. Cavern Angels Jade kind of needs to push all the way through and get the MC to out of phaseable. And they know it. Trame is locked in on this orbit. They take it. They're moving in. Tom Coachella is up. If they can get in Marks, they have a good chance to possibly win this here with nearly full morale. Oh, Trame, tractor beam, and in the wrong position, not able to fire the ion missile. That is unfortunate. We'll probably have at least one more chance, though. Because they didn't miss, it's still not off cooldown. They do get a repair. No shield gens disabled yet, from my perspective. They do get the visual right shield, L shield disabled, and there it goes. Shields are down. But, oh no, that error on the attack cost them because it looks like Tangerine took advantage of the fact that their flexes were busy and just farmed their hearts out, and now they are on the attack. Now, Tangerine definitely has the advantage here, but it's not over yet, as they say. With a really solid defensive performance, Cavern Angels Jade could still do something here, but with one farmer at 3 and a flex and the resupply down, and oh no, this is not looking good, folks. This is not looking good at all. One farmer, solo farm. The shields are already down on the Star Destroyer, and Tangerine still has tons of morale. I mean, I know Cavern Angels Jade is not going to give up trying to shoot down those folks. Here's Train trying to get Lumen. But by all rights, this should be GG's. Train getting some kills here on Lumen. They're attacking the Raider. They're nearly to Raider flips, but that Star Destroyer is living on a prayer. The pizza has been pineappled and hammed, and it is going to be eaten here. They managed to get the flip. The shields popped up. The shields popped up briefly. What is happening? All right, they did finally get it. And May's comment in the chat is right. Lots of games are decided by the ability to quickly disable the gens or not. They were in position, and just, you know, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. And this time, Tangerine Squadron got the bear, defeated Cavern Angels Jade, but it was close. I think each game has been closer than the last. I feel like Tangerine almost rolled straight through on game 1. Game 2 was much more tightly contested. And game 3, this was pretty close, so stick around, folks. Game 4 could be interesting. 6 kills for Lumen, 5 for Trame and Blackheart. Cavern Angels Jade really focused on the PK there, helped keep them in that game. Just came up a little short. All right, so let's go to the main. And we are going to be flipping hosts, I think, for this one. Let me make sure to get the score updated. And flip the factions. As Cavern Angels Jade will be this time on NR. Okay, I'm going to rearrange my windows here because if I don't have squadrons in focus while I'm watching it, I won't be able to accidentally bonk it and create that unfortunate side perspective that's come up a few times here that folks may have noticed on the stream. Again, sorry about that. All right, let's see if I can get the information for the next. Okay, it will be Raven's host joining here as a spectator and not typing in the password. Again. What? Oh, did I type it wrong? I probably typed it wrong. Okay, I am typing it wrong. What's going on? Or maybe is the password a riddle? What's going on here? I don't know what's happening. Oh my god, you nerds. You nerds. Nerds. Okay. Y'all, I have only so many brain cells. How am I supposed to cast and think at the same time? You want me to like understand jokes and puns and memes and stuff? What in the heck? It's too much. It's just too much. Can't do it. All right. Okay. Well, we're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. So, this will be the final game. And CAJ may have lost the match, but stay tuned, folks. Every game has been a little closer. Cavern Angels Jade is figuring this out. And we could see a heck of a game here. Don't want to jinx it. A-Wig Braid. Okay, all right. Guess who's getting the Rockets next time, Cronus? Oh, okay. So, yeah. Let's go here. We're getting started for the last match on Sasubo. Cavern Angels Jade will be on NR. Decoy says sorry for the password shenanigans. No, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Love you all. Happy to cast for you today. Just glad I caught it in time. I just happened to sit down and see the. Wait a minute, they need a cast in like 20 minutes? Oh crap. I guess I could do it. Sure, I'll do it. It's fine. Okay, people. We are getting a little bit, just a little bit of the action here. But here we go. The hamsters are spun up. And the servers are loading in. And here we go. Game 4. Cavern Angels, Jade, and Tangerine. Can Tangerine complete the sweep, or will Cavern Angels Jade deny it? Here's the team Cavern Angels Jade has selected for the role. Ash coming in on Bomber to join in a 2-2-1 here on Adiri with Senior Machete, the other Bomber. Meanwhile, on Empire for Tangerine Squadron, you have Lumen and Decoy Tango and those TIE defenders, Darkblade and TK, the farming duel. Let's take a look at Darkblade's approach here. Aiming for that offset with the Golo, that's the way you get the most. Has a good initial pack attack and almost flips it there, but the morale's starting to come back now on the other side. Senior Machete looks like they may be under some pressure. Trying to stay evasive as they line up their next attack. Winds up unable to secure a multi-lock launch. Morale slightly in favor of Tangerine. Cavern Angels Jade in danger of losing the flip here. Gets some morale at the last second. Senior Machete, Goloing, maybe a solo AI. Probably wanted more than that one, that's why you hold on, but perfect is the enemy of good here, my friends. They gotta get this going, they're falling behind. Ash. Taking a look at, you know what, I'm just gonna farm this player over here. That's not an AI, Ash, just wanted to let you know. But pressure is on. Darkblade did almost go down, but gets a resupply at the last second. All kinds of chaos here. Tangerine's been ahead on this flip, but can't quite secure the full bar. TK, rotarying. Again, just in time, a little bit of morale comes in to keep Cavern Angels Jade in this fight. Tom Coachello is down. And a slightly short attack for Tangerine Squadron as Raven goes down to begin the attack, and that'll slow down as there will not be marks on the frigate. Lumen keeping an eye on Blackheart, who's chasing Lumen as they go in. Lumen. Got a little bit torched, and then got a lot torched trying to work those shields with the ion lasers. And Cavern Angel's Jade, aggressive defense paying off here. They've almost got the flip, and Charlie's shields aren't even down. Decoy Tango in trouble. Are waiting for that ion missile to come back up. In the meantime, everybody just throwing lasers and whatever else, rocks and tauntauns and I don't know, leftover lightsaber parts. They do finally get the shields down. But if, like, one more AI and Cavern Angel's Jade has this flip, and they do. Trame, though, out of ordnance. Spent it all murdering people, probably, as during the transition, TK gets deleted. Trame, you gotta call for a resupply, my friend. Hopefully Raven can get to them. Lumen. Just taking a look at Corvette shields. Meanwhile, Cavern Angel's Jade on the attack here. Not a lot of focus on the actual attack part, unless you count the players. Focusing a lot on keeping Raven down. Raven in serious trouble here. Trame wants that kill on the pancake. Raven knowing if she could just buy some time for her team by staying alive here, Trame will be distracted and not getting damage in. Raven does finally get dunked. Oh, she gets her shields back, still alive, still throwing out resupplies. A tremendous effort by Raven against that PK pressure, but she does finally go down. A victory for Cavern Angel's Jade, but at what cost? So little damage coming in. Shields did go down. They're starting to get a little bit of damage in on that cruiser. But the morale is coming. A little slow for Tangerine, but it's coming in steadily. Cavern Angel's deciding to commit to this PK strategy. They do have to fall back as the Raider goes down. The cruiser is pretty much exactly as half as they go in for their second defense. So, Tangerine Squadron, their first attack, because they did win the flip, in fact, their first attack wasn't as good as Cavern Angel's Jade's. Means still, this is about an even game right here. Darkblade, kind of almost using that terrain as a bit of a turn assist. I do that sometimes. Darkblade, just letting the bird go bird. This is what TIE bombers do, folks. If you're not under pressure, you can just bird the heck out of this thing, and that's what they're doing. Meanwhile, Trame trying to provide some pressure to Lumen. Lumen goes down. That's a bit of extra morale. Tangerine just deciding to go full on OBJ here, it looks like. Pretty much everybody's doing some form of it. They really, really, really want this to be movable. Can Cavern Angel's Jade deny it? They could with a Raider burn here. If they do it right now. I think they know it. The damage is starting to come in. See all the lasers. Maybe not quite fast enough, though. It doesn't look like this burn's going to be quite fast enough to deny. Yeah, just a little too slow. And Tangerine will have an oop. Takes it right away. And now, Cavern Angel's Jade now is playing from a bit behind. They've got to get some real work done here. Yeah, Cronus, I think you're right. Probably a little too late for the Raider burn there. Trame. Oh my goodness. Trame gets nuked and deleted. Off the board goes Trame. Meanwhile, Senior Machete saying, we're going to clear these turrets, we're going to get ready, I want this oop. Want this oop to be ready for our team, because they know they need it. Morale's coming in fast for Tangerine. TK here on the farm, Darkblade. Both bombers high and still with some ordnance. They rotate to the Raider here. Guess that was the call. It does go down, but without it being prepped, it does take a bit. They might have been able to farm that one out. Easy to say from this chair, though. They do look like they're going to get the Raider burnt. Not quite in time to prevent a Cavern Angel's Jade out of phase, which is basically the bare minimum Cavern Angel's Jade needed in order to stay in this game. But they're going to have to do more than the bare minimum here. They really need a solid defense. Cavern Angel's Jade going on to defense here. Darkblade prepping up. Launching everything and attacking that Nebulon with their face. You know, it's a tactic. I do it in the A-Wing sometimes. Decoy Tango. It doesn't do any damage, though, for you folks who are wondering. Though I keep trying it. Decoy Tango. On some orbits here with the standard lasers. Everybody just focused on getting this frigate down. They want to get in there and do some damage if they can. Fortunately for Cavern Angel's Jade, though, it looks like they are managing to get some morale in quickly. If they get a pack or two, they might force a hard decision on Tangerine of whether or not to hold. Lumen looking like they're going for Trame here, trying to extend the phase. Trame wisely backs out. And now there is an MC assault. Raider is probably a bit low. However, you've got both Flexes and Raven up. Is Raven even in theater, though? Hard to tell. Spinning here behind the Raider, so it doesn't look like it. Raven in serious trouble. Doesn't look like they're going to go in. Meanwhile, Decoy and friends trying to get a shield generator destroyed. They do get a shield generator disabled. Decoy decides they're going to try to sell out for that last little bit on the shield gen. Not sure that was the move. At least it didn't work. Might have been the move if it worked. But unfortunately stalled out just a bit short and didn't quite get the shields down. Lumen now. Pretty much the only player able to defend. And Cavern Angel's Jade has a real chance here with a near team wipe on that attack from Tavern Angel Tavern Angels Tangerine Squadron. You have a chance now to get something done on this attack. However, Tangerine, as we've seen them do, recovering quickly from that wipe and getting morale in quickly. Now Cavern Angel's Jade has to be thinking, oh crap, we have to get this oopable. We have to get this oopable and survive another defense. If we don't get this down quickly, we might not even make it to the Star Destroyer or be forced through. Bad things happening when you get that morale in that position. I don't quite see what the Raider's at. Now, Raven does go down. It looks like they are prepping the Raider, but the Raider might push them through here. It looks like that's what they're going to let happen. 32 on the Raider. So now Cavern Angel's Jade in a bad decision point. Sometimes on Siren we'll call out one pass only. You go in one pass, and no matter what happens, you get the heck out of there. Because you don't want to sell out here and lose the game because you weren't prepped on defense. Looks like Cavern Angel's Jade is not even taking the chance. We're full PK here. Yep. Fall back, defense. And now, Tangerine. I mean, I know they want to win it here, but they probably don't have to. So no need to do anything crazy. Just get in there, do what you can. Try to avoid mistakes. Lumen. Sending in some brute force with the ion lasers. MC-75 shields are still not down. That's good news if you're CAJ. They do get the shields down, but now the bombers, the main damage dealers on the MC, are both weak. TK goes down. Darkblade in trouble. Raven down. Now all you have is the TIE defenders up. Power goes down. That will expose the weak points. One AI or a TIE bomber. TIE bomber probably the better choice. And unfortunate for Tangerine, they've left that MC in a position where it might even be possible for Cavern Angels Jade to survive a bit of a defense. So yeah, you don't have to win it in phase here, Cavern Angels Jade. You could just get this thing to out of phaseable. That's going to require a level of offensive execution. Let's see what they can do. And they do it! Cavern Angels Jade does the double disable. You needed that here. What a move from Cavern Angels Jade. And now they just need to burn this thing as fast as they can. Shields are down. Power is gone. Train looking at those turrets. This burn is coming in quick. Machete. Machete just spraying the lasers. They know they just want this so bad. Ash coming around. Lumen on them. Ash just knowing if I can stay alive against Lumen. Just a few more seconds. The rest of my team will do it. It does go in. It's going to be out of phase. Base race time. Star Destroyer at 14. Machete in the wrong place on top. And now it's going to be up to Trame and the rest of the team. Trame barely alive. Tom Coachello alive. Base race time. Star Destroyer at 12. Not much left of the MC either. Shields coming back up on the Star Destroyer. That's the risk. That's the risk. Those shields being up could be it. Tangerine might escape. Shields go back down on the Star Destroyer, but we are almost out of time. 10 is the Star Destroyer. MC falling. You needed that damage. No. Oh, what a heartbreaker for Cavern Angels J, but Tangerine withstands the assault and manages to get it. Oh my goodness. Both teams stepping up hard here in Game 4. And Tangerine completes the sweep, but it was not as close as all that. Tangerine wins Game 4. 9 kills from Trame. 5 from Ash with 27 AI to lead in the losing effort for Cavern Angels Jade. Meanwhile, for Tangerine Squadron, 114k capship damage for Darkblade and the Rotary went burr. And TK also nearly 100k capship damage. So much Rotary just finally managing to put away a very stubborn and very solid effort from Cavern Angels Jade here in game number 4. Impressive. Most impressive, as Darth Vader might say. Very, very sweaty. They're commenting about it in the chat. Let's see what we can come up with here. Hopefully I managed.
Hey!
And we're getting some folks here. Welcome aboard Darkblade and Decoy Tango from Tangerine Squadron. Let's go.
Hey, Professor Autumn. Thank you so much for casting.
Yeah, thanks for casting. Really appreciate it.
Fun. Good and
Yeah, just amazing game. Game 4 obviously went to the wire. Cavern Angels Jade did some amazing execution on their last attack and set themselves up for a base race.
the
Yeah.
ISD was just melting. I'd really confidently been like, let's set up for a quick defense and then like just get on the back of it, and we won't PK block them. We're just gonna like slice through Raider and get the farm. And then I started looking at the ISD and I was like, oh my lord, that is going quickly. That is not good.
Yeah, it was impressive work. Well, I said, actually, if you'll watch back the cast, I said it at the end of Game 3. Cavern Angels Jade has done better every single game, even though Tangerine's been winning. So Game 4 could be interesting, and it turned out to be that way.
Interesting is one word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really sweaty games. Massively hats off to them. They played really, really well. And I think, as often in tight games, taking the openings was the difference today.
Yeah, I felt like both of your bombers there, Darkblade and TK here, both in the chat. Well done getting your packs on time and early. Despite Cavern Angels J did improve over time and forced a couple of shorter attacks on that, but you all stuck with it, and of course your PK pressure was relentless. Lumen, particularly in game 1, you just well, frigate shields are down, so I'm just gonna kill everything is sort of like what it looked like.
That sounds about right.
It is.
Yeah,
It's what the plan. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually a case of, Darkblade will say, just go strip the shields on the Raider and then you can PK all you like, and Lumen's like, okay then. I can do that.
Yeah.
But their defenses seem super quick, to be honest with you. Certainly on Sasubo, they the PK pressure, but Machete and Ash were getting in good farms. So once again, hats off to them.
I definitely spent more time in the hangar than out of it, especially that first game. What was that? 11 kills? Thanks, Dream. Real cool.
Yeah, Raven, you were having a rough game there for a while, but I noticed I actually commented on cast. There were a couple of times where you just eked out those extra 4 or 5 seconds of staying alive, which is so important, because if you waste their time and they're shooting at you, well, guess what? They're not shooting at the big ships, and they're not doing OBJ and things like that. So, even if you're having a bad day, if you can make them take time, you can win games, and you did. So congratulations. Well-earned
we knew
victory.
we'd have to kind of grind it out quite a bit, and that was the plan, was to just soak up the pressure and try and keep damage steadily trickling in whilst we did.
Yeah. Let's see. Who all do you have up next?
We just have TRA left now, so we're hoping that game will be maybe on the 29th, so taking it down to the wire the last weekend of the season.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We've had some trouble scheduling our last couple of games over in Siren as well, so I can understand how that can be a challenge. But Well,
this season's been super fun, and as you know, B Division, it just seems wide open. Everybody's beating everyone else, and I some of us thought that maybe Kinton and BSS would be kind of running away with it, but they've had games taken off them. I think Kinton's still out front, but I don't think they're having as easy ride as they would have expected. So it's a super fun division.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how that shakes out and which one of you all ends up in the playoffs. I still feel like there's definite options for most of the teams there. So you got a lot to play for. Hope you do well in your next game, and
Thank you. Thanks again for casting.
Yep.
Yeah,
really appreciate
many
it.
thanks.
Absolutely. All right.
And thanks for giving hope to all those A-Wing pilots as well, Autumn. It's appreciated more than you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Cavern Angels Jade and chat with them about their performance. Take care.
Thanks again. Take care.
Have a good one.
Take care.
All right.
And now, if I can get this correct. Did I set the logo correct for Cavern Angels Jade? Oh gosh, I totally forgot to give you your logo. Hang on.
Oh, no.
We've got to do the logo. Oh darn it.
Man.
There might not be a logo. I don't have it in my inventory right now.
Oh,
Crap.
no.
There's no logo. I am so sorry. Well, at least, you know what I can do though? I can at least shut off the Tangerine logo. How about that?
Yeah, get that.
There we go. Cavern Angels Jade, welcome and good games. An amazing game 4. You just came up just a tiny bit short, but good offensive execution in there. You seem to improve every game.
Yeah, some sweaty games there. We actually almost won a couple.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? TSQ, pretty good team.
That they are. They bring so many problems and can like adapt to different things. They even brought, I think, a 3Y lineup at one point with some ICT. Lumen had that out there on the field to kind of mess with you all. So yeah, it's they're rough, but I could definitely see you guys making adjustments, and you put yourself into a couple of base races. Can you talk a little bit about like the adjustments you were making throughout the series?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, at the end there, like, let's talk like that last one. We were just like, oh no, we thought if we had like 5 more seconds, we could have had some. But it was flipping. They were really quick with the openings on the first 2 games. We're just like, how did they flip it? It was like under 5 seconds. It just flipped. We're like, whoa.
We're gonna have to watch the tape back on that, see what the heck they are doing, because it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, there's some routes that you can take on most maps where you can get, like we call it, I think, like an insta flip. Yeah, where like if you like get in there and hit all of your marks at the exact right times, you can get enough morale to flip it if the other team hasn't gotten any yet. So yeah, so there's there'll be stuff to learn from, but you all were adapting, and you did force, like, I think 2 of their, even though they won all 4 flips, 2 of them were contested, if I remember, like they didn't have full bars. So you were hanging with them.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure to stay more on Lumen to try and neutralize Lumen and Raven at least. But yeah, chasing Lumen around leaves those bombers open to do so much damage. So I was trying to stick on them while the other half was trying to go after Lumen to keep him busy.
Yeah, well, I think it was certainly effective. Raven was commenting in the interview like that she was in the hangar more often than she was out of it to a certain extent. You guys are really parking on their support, and basically you forced the rest of the team to try to win it again. Without that, they were able to pull it off, but it certainly was not easy for them. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
So,
I want to thank all the other teams out there and all the great players who are helping us out with getting some practice in and getting some tips to us, especially our sister team, Cavern Angels Blue. They've been great. And, we're just hanging in there. I want to thank everyone in the chat who's been supporting Cavern Angels Jade, the underdogs. I see it. I know it's there. When I look back at this, I'm going to see so much. Go Jade. We love you. Go Jade. Dante Shelley's so sexy. Blackheart, I want to have your baby. I get it.
Well, I mean, I may not have made the sexy comments, but I definitely was supportive of your effort. And like I said, you could tell you guys are thinking, and you guys are making some good plays. Had some amazing PK pressure, actually. They commented on that as well. So it's not like you guys were getting dunked on there. It was those were hard fought games, and I think you should be proud of the progress you're making. What games do you all have left to play? What's up next for you all?
I think our next one scheduled is Kintan, and then we're trying to get one with TRA going.
Okay. All right. Well, those will be 2 tough games. Both of those teams actually played in the previous stream on this channel, twitch.tv/autumncorvidae. So you could prepare for your next game by watching more of my content. Excellent.
For sure.
There you go.
I don't know. So good luck to you in your future games. Any final comments on the series or anything before we go here tonight?
No. Yeah, just like thanks to everybody, and like good teams out there. Hopefully we'll win one this season. So hold out for that.
Oh yeah. Well, I think you will. Like I said, every game I've seen you play in so far, you're getting better. It's coming. It's coming. You'll get there. All right. Well,
thank you so much, Professor.
Absolutely. Good luck to you in the rest of your games, and have a good night.
All right, you too.
So that was Tangerine versus Cavern Angels Jade. Tangerine takes the match 4-0. Thank you all for being with us today. And keep an eye out on the SCL. There's going to be more games coming. We're coming to the wrap up of the season. The last few games will probably decide the various playoff spots. Thank you to everybody in chat who watched it with us, and I know there was a lot of positive love for CAJ. They're one of team with some newer players and getting some things done in the SCL this season. Those games were winnable. They were close. It's coming. It's coming. So other teams playing Cavern Angels Jade better be on your toes. They're on the upswing. But Tangerine does defeat them 4-0. This has been a broadcast of the Squadrons Esports Federation and the Squadrons Championship League. All rights are reserved by the mad squirrels that run the EA servers, I'm sure, or whatever, and like chase the hamsters onto the wheels and whatever else is happening. I don't know, but have a good night, everyone. Take care of each other out there, and we will see you later.